Hello, my name is Dr. James Brooks, and I am honored to be considered for this opportunity. I am also very confident that God is calling me to be the next senior minister at Salem First. I discovered your congregation during the search and call process, and when I reviewed your congregational profile and the characteristics of your context there in Salem, I quickly thought I could be effective in your place. As I called around to get some more input, and I called people like Todd Adams, the president of the pension fund, and Doug Wirt, your regional minister, and others, the reports were simply glowing about you as a congregation. And as they described your ministry, I further felt like I could be effective as a servant in Salem. Amy and I prayed about this. Amy and I prayed about the whole relocation process for us and for you. After meeting Mr. Olson and the search committee, my sense of being called to Salem only grew. Their description of your ministry, the insights that they gave me, the answers to the questions that I had, and simply the relationships that we began to form helped me to see myself serving in your place, and even more, sensing God calling me to do so. Meeting your elders was wonderful. You're blessed with a great group of elders. And that conversation, the time just flew by. And when I left the conversation, I was even more excited about the opportunity to serve in your midst. The same was meeting with your board of directors. Another conversation that only confirmed what I felt was a call from God. As I walked your hallways, as I stood in the pulpit in your sanctuary, as I stood in the baptistry and looked out over the pews of your church, the sense of call became even more real, as those that gave me the tour would tell me about the ministry that happened in this room and the ministry that happened in that room. The more excited I was about serving and sharing ministry with you. God has blessed me all along. I was blessed to grow up in a Disciples of Christ congregation in Indiana, a congregation similar in size as yours. And I've been blessed with opportunities to experience ministry that I believe gives me a foundation for this call. From my experience of entrepreneurial ministry as the founding pastor of a new church start, to the long-term ministry that I'm concluding now, after 18 years of having helped a generation hand the baton of leadership onto the next generation while growing its ministry all along. God has truly blessed me, and God deserves the credit for what's happened. God has blessed me with a wonderful family. Amy and I were single parents for many years before we got married. Amy's a registered nurse, and she's excited about the next chapter of her nursing career in Salem. Caitlin is our oldest, and she's a recent graduate of Tulsa University, and she is currently working in the AmeriCorps program for Teach for America in Tulsa. Colin is next in line. Colin's going to be a senior at McGill University in Montreal, Canada. Colin is studying business and international finance, and he simply loves the French language. Joseph, fresh out of high school, will be a freshman at Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville this fall. Joseph's going to be studying history and preparing for a career in the Marine Corps. And Kendall is just back from Ecuador. She was given the opportunity for a school trip to the Galapagos Islands and to Ecuador. She just got back and had an amazing experience. Kendall is following her siblings' footsteps well at leaving the nest. When I was 23, I was given the opportunity to travel abroad, and I lived in Australia for half a year. I began my seminary studies down under. We didn't know anyone in Australia. My seminary in Kentucky set up the entire opportunity. My family lived in Indiana in the same county for 160 years. The idea of me moving to the other side of the world was quite a stir. My mother took me aside and told me that what made her comfortable about the trip was that in Australia there would be Christians, and Christians looked after each other. That lesson stuck with me, and I had an amazing experience down under, and ever since then I have enjoyed how Christian community not only takes care of each other, but serves well together and to serve the needs of our neighbor. I am excited about the opportunity to be with you. Today, we're half a continent apart. If we choose, we'll be together. Christians taking care of each other, serving together, taking care of our neighbors, and following the call of God in our lives. I'm excited to see what God is calling us to do. I hope that you are as eager as I am to affirm this relationship. And I hope that soon we'll be together sharing church. God bless each of you.